So we're going to begin flat on our backs today. Now this is a gentle morning practice, so permission to take your time here today. You know, just checking in with the body and going nice and slow here, especially at the beginning. So I'm going to take a second to check in with my heels, make sure they're in line with the hips, or if you're feeling like having a really good morning, open them a little wider. Arms resting gently at the sides, palms face up. I'll take a second to press into my head, press into my elbows, and lift the chest up so that I can draw my shoulder blades in and down, shoulders away from the ears, and then relax back down onto the earth. And what I'm doing is I'm basically just opening up this area of my chest energetically, but also physically feeling the skin of the chest kind of stretch open here. And then I tuck my chin into my chest, lengthen through the back of the neck, and take a second here to connect to my natural breath. So just noticing the natural ebb and flow of the breath. You can close your eyes if you're really sleepy and you don't want to go back to sleep right away. You can just keep a soft gaze, a nice drishti past the edge of the nose here. So first, just noticing the natural rhythm, the natural ebb and flow of the breath, kind of honoring the breath in that way here as we start our day. And then nice and easy, nothing fancy, just rolling the head here, rocking rather the head a little side to side, ear to ear. You can relax the jaw, soften the skin of the face, massaging the back of the head and checking in with the neck here. Maybe the breath starts to deepen here. Slowly waking up the body, one nice sweet inhale at a time. Okay, then I'll come back to center stillness. Take a nice deep breath in. Exhale, let it out. Letting the weight of the body go completely and fully into the earth, into the mat, feeling supported here. And I'm going to bring my awareness to my feet, so nice and easy, pressing into the heels, and then pointing through the toes. Pressing into the heels, and pointing through the toes. And then just I'll pass it over to you here, maybe rotating or rocking the ankles a little side to side, rotating them in a couple circles. And again, nothing fancy, just nice organic movement here as I wake up the feet, wake up my roots for the day. Maybe spreading the toes, and then noticing that ripple effect that naturally happens when I press into my heels, kind of feeling that sit bone to heel connection. When I point my toes, maybe lengthening the tops of the legs, noticing how the tops of the thighs take shape when I engage the feet. Noticing that ripple effect in the body. And relax the feet and bring it to my hands. Same thing here, spreading the fingertips now, and then reeling them in. Rotating the wrists, and again I hand it over to you, just finding that nice organic movement as I bring awareness to my hands, the wrists, and then same thing here, letting that ripple effect happen, noticing what it does in the body. If you really want to get into it right away, you can start to feel it in the torso and the shoulders. Now I'm going to add my feet back in and my ankles, and just notice how that affects the body. So we can do this in our bed too. You notice my hip points start to shift. I'm sure I look a little silly here, but I'm starting to just integrate the body, which is, again, what my yoga is all about, what this practice inspires, finding that connective tissue, and breathing a little life into the body. Once you feel satisfied, come back. And now I'm going to practice just integrating the breath to the movement to the breath. So marrying those two together, I'll inhale, reach the fingertips up and overhead, full body stretch. And exhale, floating the fingertips down. Good morning. Inhale, spreading the fingertips, deep breath, reach it up, stretch. And exhale, floating down. One more. Inhale, checking in with the shoulders, lengthening through the side body, spreading the fingertips and toes. And exhale, float it down. Press the palms into the earth, all 10 fingerprints root down. I'm going to hug the knees into the chest, either by drawing one in at a time, or I can begin to already light that fire gently in the belly by drawing both knees in at the same time, pressing into the palms. And then letting the lower back become flush with the mat. Keep the feet nice and soft here. Remember, this is gentle morning practice. I'm going to wrap my arms around my shins here, keeping the shoulders relaxed. Soft feet, soften the face. Take a deep breath in. Lengthen through the back of the neck and exhale. Slowly peel the nose up to meet the knees. We're going to do 3 of these, just checking with the spine, with the support of the earth. On an exhale, we float it down. Deep breath in, relax the shoulders. And one more time. Exhale, hedgehog pose. Navel draws down, tailbone scoops up. Lots of space between the shoulders and the ears here. And just visualizing that space between each vertebrae one by one. Spreading. And then we exhale, release to a reclined Baddha Konasana or butterfly. Nice and soft as I release down here. If the hips feel really tight, it is morning, hello. Then we can draw the toes down towards the edge of the mat so we don't have to be in a full Supta Baddha Konasana here. Open the chest, open the shoulders, maybe draw your shoulder blades down. We're going to take the hands to the belly here. So again, the heels can be drawn up here or the toes can draw down. So no sharp pain. Make sure there's no sharp pain here. So make adjustments as needed always. Hands come to the belly. And I'm going to take 3 nice full breaths in. As I inhale, the hands to the belly rise, belly breath. And on an exhale, they fall. Checking in with the breath. Inhale, belly rises. And exhale, it falls. One more time. Inhale. Feeling the skin of the belly stretch as you inhale, it rises. And exhale, it falls. Beautiful. Take the fingertips to the outer edges of the legs. We'll close this chapter as we bring the knees together. Inhale, reach the knees. Again, squeeze the knees up towards the heart. Arms wrap around the shins. Take a couple seconds here to rock a little left to right. This should feel great in the morning, crawling the shoulder blades down. Kind of feel like a baby bear cub here, kind of massaging the back on a tree here or something. And then I'll cross the right ankle over the left, grab onto the outer edges of the feet. If I can't grab the outer edges of the feet here, then I can take my middle finger, index finger, and thumb and grab onto the big toe. But I like to grab all the way to the outer edges here, kind of squeeze my feet, warm them up if they're a little chilly. Maybe take my thumbs to the arches of the feet and give them a little wake-up call. This is also a great little posture, little shape to take in bed before you even roll out of bed. Just be mindful. And I can bend the elbows a little left to right. And I'm going to begin to rock north to south. So I already rocked a little left to right now. I'm going to bend the elbows and rock north to south. Hello. I can rock a couple times here, massaging the spine. And again, this might look a little silly, but it feels great. Massaging the back, finding what feels good. Do it as many times as you like. And then eventually I'll rock up to a nice, comfortable Sukhasana or a nice crisscross leg position. Making sure to take a second here to roll up through the entire spine and maybe find that alignment of head over the heart, heart over the pelvis. So just noticing if the weight is shifting forward or rounding back. We can take a block or a blanket and lift the hips up here if we need to, but taking a second to check in with the body in this shape. Okay, finding that opposition. How's my hair? To find that opposition. So lifting up through the front body, grounding through the back body, shoulder blades in together and down. And then again, letting that conversation or that ripple effect happen here. You can keep the eyes soft. So find what it is for you. Maybe it's a couple loops of the shoulders. Maybe it's a couple circles with the head, drawing circles with the nose. And so when I'm teaching public class, I often ask people to just find what it is for them because everybody's different. Who knows how you slept, you know? So just taking a couple seconds to come into this posture with a little movement, letting the body have that ripple effect. So again, some suggestions are drawing circles with the nose, looping the shoulders one way and then the other. Sometimes it's nice to round all the way forward as we do in our Sukhasana video. And then when I arrive, I'll bring the palms together at the heart. Nice full breath. Tops of the thighs draw down as the heart lifts up. I'm going to interlace the fingertips here and inhale, press the palms forward. Reach the pinkies forward, up and back as you take a deep breath in. And on an exhale, floating the fingertips down and away. Just like that, we flow again. Inhale, interlace, reach up. Heart stays lifted as I crawl through the side body, and exhale, float the fingertips down. Interlace, inhale, pressing forward, up and back. On an exhale, this time maybe now I start to float the fingertips slightly behind the hip points, really opening up through the chest, waking up the shoulders. 2 more times like this. Inhale. And exhale, maybe letting an exhale out through the mouth here. Good morning. One more. Inhale. This time, let the fingertips come to the earth. Fingertips pressing into the mat or into the earth, really pressing into that pinky too, so all 10 fingerprints. Shoulder blades are rotating in and together, so I'm opening up through the chest. Tops of the thighs are drawing down here as I lift up through the heart. Inhale, extend through the crown of the head. On an exhale, I'm going to draw a line with my nose past the right shoulder. So nice and easy here, gentle morning practice. I'm going to stay here for a couple breaths. It's as if I'm receiving a kiss on the neck here. Hello, good morning. But to each his own here, so I can draw the shoulder blades in and together. I can press up and out of the fingertips. I can really lengthen through the crown of the head by maybe lifting the chin slightly. Just really breathing in here. Inhale. Exhale, draw your chin to your chest. And now drawing a line with the nose to the opposite side, towards the left shoulder, receiving that kiss on the other side of the neck here. Finding that ease, that grace. And this time we'll draw a line with the nose up towards the sky. Careful not to crunch in the back of the neck, so I'm maintaining that lift in the chest. And I'm going to inhale, open the palms, so spiral your shoulders open nice and wide. And inhale, spread the fingertips left to right, really reaching as we reach all the way up, palms kiss together. Chai. And then exhale, we're going to dive forward onto all fours. Spread the palms nice and wide, wrists underneath the shoulders, knees directly underneath the hips. I'm going to press up and out of my foundation to find that tabletop position. Extend through the crown of the head. And then I'm going to inhale, cat-cow, scooping the heart forward. Feeling the skin of the belly stretch. Close your eyes here, soften your gaze. The tendency is going to want to be to rush through this, but I encourage you to really find that micro movement, travel up and down the spine. Inhale, shoulders loop, heart radiates forward, long belly, tail up towards the sky. And exhale, starting at the tail, letting it travel all the way up, pressing up and out of the tops of the feet here, pressing up and out of the palms. Crown of the head releases. Let's do one more, moving with the breath. Inhale, come to tabletop position. Then I'm going to curl the toes and slowly walk my fingertips up towards the tops of the thighs. Take a second here to inhale, open the shoulders, open the palms, reach up. Slight back bend here, and then exhale, releasing back down. I'm going to come onto the tops of the feet here now. 2 big toes are going to come together, knees are going to widen. Now I'm going to dive back into all fours for a cat-cow variation. This is one of my favorites. So fingertips are going to reach forward. So I'm going to maintain the same movement that I did in cat-cow, but I'm going to take it in a circle. So this is where the good morning practice really gets good. I inhale, scoop my heart, come forward. Again, knees are nice and wide, about as wide as the mat, big toes together. Inhale in. As you exhale, take it around through extended child's pose, fingertips reaching. I'll pause here just to show you this shape. And then I'm going to continue my journey as I inhale, scoop the heart, come forward. And exhale, navel draws up as I round the spine, around and back. Inhale, come forward. And exhale, come back. Now you're off. So this is going to be a little bit different for everyone. I encourage you to open yourself up to a new experience. I know I may look a little silly here, but I'm going to start to really see if I can shine a little light into those dark crevices of the body that haven't received a little light in a long time. And if it's morning time, I'm going to want to move nice and slow. I may want to rest here for a couple breaths in between, extended child's pose. Or if while I'm moving I find a catch, I might rock back and forth through that catch a little bit, finding that space. I'll want to make sure I take time to reverse my circle, checking in with the elbows. I can begin to get the neck involved here. My high school yoga students call this drunk cat-cow. I used to always say, drunk with love, yes. And then when you feel satisfied in your circles, this is great. If you can just do one thing in the morning, do this cat-cow variation. It's so awesome. So rounding back and forth. When you feel satisfied, you'll come to extended child's pose. Then inhale, draw a line with your nose, look up. Reach the fingertips forward. I'm going to come back to all fours, bringing my knees underneath the hips. And once again, curling my toes under, walking the fingertips back. This is a great, little moment to just check in with the feet for the day. Again, stretching the backs of the feet. And then inhale, spiraling the shoulders. I lift up, palms come together. Jai, that's the celebratory namaste. Tuck your pelvis in here, my friends. And then exhale, floating back down. This time I'm going to dive my palms forward. And nice and easy, send the sit bones up and back for a little downward dog with bent knees, my friends, bent legs. Bend the legs, draw your navel towards your spine. Really gentle here today as we just check in with the backs of the legs, check in with the feet. So I'm not really worried about creating the perfect downward dog shape here. I'm just getting a little oxygen going, a little stretch in the backs of the legs, and checking in with the body, From here, I'm going to slowly walk the feet up. See if you can roll through your whole foot, so no rush. Coffee's a brewing, tea's a brewing. We only have this moment, so we might as well enjoy it as we walk up to the front of the mat. And then we'll land at the front of the mat here together, drawing the navel in towards the spine and softening in the knees for a nice, yummy forward fold, Uttanasana. Okay, so feet are hip-width apart here, or even wider. Hello, it's morning time. Give yourself a little space. Be kind to your body. Let the head hang over. Maybe shake the head a little bit yes, a little bit no. Grab the elbows, rock a little side to side. And same thing we did in Sukhasana here, my friends. Just let that ripple effect happen naturally. Really, you don't need me to tell you what to do here. You know what to do. Find what the body needs. And then when you feel satisfied, let everything release. Press into your heels, press into the front two corners of the feet, ball joint of the big toe, ball joint of the pinky toe. And then as if I was drawing energy up from the arches of the feet, I'm going to bend my knees, scoop my tailbone in, and roll it up. Nice and slow. Again, we all have days ahead of us. We probably have a busy day ahead of us. So the tendency is going to be to rush here, but please, my friends, take this time for yourself. You deserve it. Slow down. I'll slowly rise up and begin to loop the shoulders forward, up, and back. I'm going to open up. Back to you. Back to you. Feet hip-width apart as I come into my best and most beautiful Tadasana, because we're going to have the best and most beautiful day today. Nice, fluid, deep breaths. Just taking a second to loop the shoulders one way, then the other. And then same thing, maybe drawing a couple circles with the nose. And again, you know, I'm here to empower you, so it's nice to have a guide in the video to follow, but if any other expressive movements come out of these things in the morning, get it, do it. Your body will thank you, your mind, your heart. Everything will come together and integrate, and your light will shine brighter, and then people will be like, that person. Okay, so from here, I'm just going to open the palms, spiral the shoulders here, really opening the palms, and inhale, reach up, palms come together, and exhale, float them down, away from the hips. I can begin to soften the knees as I inhale, reach up, and exhale, float it down. One more time, inhale, reach up. This time, take your right hand, grab your left wrist, think up and over as we go into a nice side body stretch here, nice and easy, nice and organic. And then I switch, again, easy breezy, nothing fancy. One more time on each side, think up and over. See how simple? And then I inhale, reach fingertips up, and exhale, opening the palms one last time.